everybody. Merry Christmas and welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. And we're really excited today. We are here to talk about the best of Hallmark of all time. So exciting. And some
Well,
people's very questionable choices when it comes to that. And just Hallmark in general, which is going to be kind of a fun little bonus that we're doing. And I am film critic Reese Wagner, and Terry's here.
hi.
How are you doing?
You know, I'm doing.
I feel like it's been so long since we've done a ranking episode, doesn't it seem?
It does, yeah, because we had to like
I
put it
miss it.
aside for the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I yeah, it's been since September, I think, at
I
least.
think so, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad to have you back. Glad to be chatting. And we were just, kind of chatting off air, but yeah, we were about halfway through this year's Hallmark season. And at the beginning of the season, Variety posted this article, the 25 best Hallmark Christmas movies ranked by Emily Longaretta, who I've never heard of, Emily. And
Sorry, Emily.
they they made choices. They made
Oh
choices
boy,
here.
good
She made
choices they
choices.
made.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I guess what's surprising is that there are very few traditional fan favorites, and a lot of them are just like, what? It's not even, there are some that I genuinely think are terrible, but a lot of them are just like, who even remembers that movie? Like that was just a very forgettable film. And,
Yeah.
you would, because usually these kind of lists, sort of have the fan favorites, the Christmas card, Merry Merry Mix Up, Crown for Christmas, Nine Lives of Christmas. You know what I mean? Like that has
None of
those
that here.
favorites. And like I don't think any of those that I just listed are on this list.
No.
Wild.
It's wild. There's absolutely no Alicia Witt, either Hallmark Christmas movie on this list,
Yeah.
which is like I mean, first of all, Hallmark, bring her back. Second of
Yeah.
all, she has so many good ones. They're like a
I felt
staple, but
like I really did like Nikki DeLoach in Grand Old Opry Christmas, but there was a side of me that was like, that was a missed opportunity that they could have
hmm
had Alicia Witt in there. I mean, he is a
absolutely.
performer who lives in Nashville, who is currently, producing records and
Yeah, like
albums and things like
it's right
that.
there, people. Come on.
Yeah, it feels like that would have been a really good spot to bring Alicia back. But,
Yeah.
you know.
I think this is more of a list of the casual
But see,
Hallmark
but
holiday
if it was,
viewer, I
see,
think.
that's the thing. If it was a casual, then I would expect to see all those like just sort of basic selections that are on
Well,
most people's lists. So, like the fact, I mean, I just don't even know anybody that really liked Christmas in Vienna or um Right Before Christmas that much. I mean, Pemberley Manor, like just movies that what?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if it was your like if
I
it
think
was
it's
a just sort of a casual viewer, then I would expect some of those like more kind of popular picks.
it's true. See,
It's
that's
a
what I think.
weird
It's
list.
a weird list. I also think it's more star focused on
Yeah,
who
I
are the
think you're right. I
leads.
do think that's true.
I think that might
Yeah.
be it, because they've got some big ones with some big,
Yeah.
some really famous people here, and I think that might be
Yeah.
it.
I think
Some
that's
of them I
true.
agree with. The
Uh-huh.
placement for some of these are wild.
Yeah, that too.
Like they're number 25. I'm like, get out of town.
What?
Like, pardon? It's I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. It's
But this
wild.
happens every year. Somebody always makes a Hallmark best of list, and we always scratch our heads. There's
Ho, ho, ho. We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies.
It's
All
so
right. Well,
funny.
let's talk about our favorites on this list of 25,
Okay.
which ones we like. So why don't you go first?
So are we going 6 up or we just
I
random?
don't really have mine in ranking. There's just 6 for
Okay.
me. Yeah.
So, like, I rank mine, but it doesn't matter. Well, first of all, it's number 25 on the list. Crazy,
Same.
but the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah. So I have that as one of my 6 as well.
Yeah.
Out of these that they picked, it's
I would have
definitely
this at number 1.
I would have it
You know,
much higher for
yeah,
sure.
because
Out
I
of
ranked it,
these.
like, I ranked the 6. I put this at number 1. This is crazy that it's so low on the list. It is one of the oldest ones too, the older movies. Um, a lot of
Mhm.
these movies are a little bit more recently or more recent
Yeah.
bias, but like it's still so much fun to watch. Um, and it's crazy, it's bizarre. It's like who would invite a stranger into your house? It doesn't matter. It all works in the premise of this movie.
Well, and her fiance, it's bonkers. Like that's classic
Yeah,
Hallmark. It's like,
classic
why
Hallmark.
is she with this person? Like he's a horrible human
Don't
being.
know.
Like why?
Don't know.
He doesn't even like get an answer. He just puts the ring on her finger and
Yeah,
he's
like
like,
I'm
what?
that good, right? You're gonna
Yeah.
marry me regardless. It's bonkers. And the fake
So it's
weather
got those
report.
classic Hallmark elements, but it's
Totally.
very it's very
Yeah.
well done.
This is definitely fans love this movie. This is an all-time classic.
And you gotta love when he goes up onto the roof and does the reindeer
Yeah, it's cute.
for the kids.
And Henry Winkler, the uncle, changing the weather report so he could stay on.
hmm hmm
I think like yeah, a couple of change of some strokes of the pen. This could have been a Lifetime thriller, but it's still it's
Sure.
still so much fun. It's bonkers and it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a fun holiday movie, it's a rom-com. It's like you have a good time watching this one. And
Yeah,
putting it at number 25,
is bonkers.
I know.
Especially amongst the ones that they did pick. It's like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
oh, could you possibly think that some of these choices are better movies than The
Yep.
Most Wonderful Time of the Year? Like
Mm-hmm.
that is a choice,
Mm-hmm.
that's for sure.
I know. It's wild. Wild.
Well, what's another this is we both had that one. What's another one that you have?
I have a Christmas Getaway, which I just love this movie.
Yes, I also have that as one of my picks, one of
Yeah.
my favorites. Yeah, this is really good. Tracy Andrean's script, oh, great.
It's also like a classic story of being, you're going on vacation and you book the same room. Oh no, what's going to happen? I mean, that's a fun trope if you do it right. And I think they really had, I don't know, this movie is just so charming and I love it and I try to watch it
hmm
every year. I don't know. I think they have great chemistry too.
Yeah,
And
so
it's
she
just
has
fun,
this at 15,
which
Christmas Getaway.
not too bad. Like if I was doing this list like of the top 6, I put this one at 2 for me personally.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
of the 6 we picked, I would put
Like
this
the
at
only
2.
reason I might have a hair lower is just because I don't think their chemistry is like amazing, but they do have that really good kiss in the car.
True. And they're both good
So,
looking. And
oh yeah,
so
I mean they're
you can
both
forget
yeah.
all that. They're pretty faces
Yeah, and
if you
it's
want to
very
be.
sweet like when the little girl makes
Oh
the
yeah.
video and so it's
I
got
just
all
think it,
the
and
feels
she's
that
got
you
to
could
learn
want.
about Christmas, and it's all these tropes, but they work. And it's just, I don't know. This is also a classic. Oh,
Yeah.
2017. It's like we're going back a couple of years here.
Yeah, that was a
Doesn't
really
feel
good
that
one.
old.
hmm
Yeah.
Well, one that I had that's on her list that I I liked is she has the three wise men and a baby at 3. I don't think I would
Hmm.
have it quite that high, but I did really enjoy this. I thought it was very funny, and it was refreshing to have the Hallmark movie from the guy's perspective, their point of view. That was something sort of new that hadn't done much on the channel, and they all had nice chemistry together. It was a fun story. I mean, I still think it's ridiculous that they didn't make the baby his baby. It was absurd, but aside from that, it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. I didn't put it on my list, and
Hmm.
I was wondering if I made a top 25, would it even make the cut? I like the movie, but I don't know if I would put it that high. Like I like the trilogy in
I
general,
mean,
but I don't
technically, I like the
know.
second one better than the first one. I know that's just because I'm a theater girl, and them doing that play was really fun, and
The
Mark
second
Clark
one
was
is
hilarious,
funny.
and
I
everything with
think the funniest, yeah,
Jerry. I enjoyed. So I liked the second one better than the
the
first one.
funniest thing in the third movie is when he comes back, the theater director, and he's
Oh
like,
yeah,
ruined my
hilarious.
life. That is the funniest moment in the third movie,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
when he's like, I have to be an elf now, and it's like, that was the funniest callback to that movie. But yeah, yeah, you're right. I think I might put the second one on the list. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's still fun, to
Yeah.
watch. And if you like the three men in it, the original three men and a baby, it's a nice sort of callback and stuff to
Hmm.
it.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's just something with this franchise, but I also like the Three Men and a Little Lady better than Three Men and a Baby.
Oh, really? That's
I do.
interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
I can't remember that one that
Three
well.
Men and a Little Lady is more of your classic rom-com, where
Yeah.
since the first one was trying to be a remake of the French movie, there's
Hmm.
some stuff in
Yeah.
there that's really weird, like with all the
Well,
drug
it is
and
the 80s,
trafficking, and
Rachel. I mean,
like it goes to some really strange places. And I just prefer the more just like standard charming
yeah.
rom-com of it all.
It might be because I
And the
saw that movie. Yeah.
rush to the wedding, and no, don't marry him, kind of like all of that elements in the
Yeah.
sequel I like better than the really odd, like we're putting a baby in serious peril multiple
Very true.
occasions, like
Yeah, it's very true, but it was the 80s, first of all, and we did that back then. And I don't know. I
like
don't
I don't think
remember
it's a
this.
bad movie. I just
I don't
personally,
remember the sequel
the
that
sequel
well.
is more my taste.
I think it's because I grew up so much watching the original. I don't remember the
Mhm.
sequel that well.
Yeah,
But yeah.
it's not too bad. In my opinion, it's enjoyable. But anyway, so the next one that I would agree with, and I have on my list, is Snow Bride, another Tracy
I do
Andreen.
too. I have that
Yeah,
as well.
Tracy Andreen
24.
script.
She has that on 24
Yeah,
and
which
ranking here.
is a
Madness.
bonkers.
People,
23.
madness. Oh, it's 20. I'm sorry, it's 23. Yes.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Madness. Madness that this would
23.
be so low. Madness.
Yeah. Like
This is
I guess I
another
feel
like
glad that it made the
classic.
cut, given
Right.
her criteria. That yeah, I mean, is it the only I would say I don't think that they have amazing chemistry. These two leads in this,
No.
but I don't really care because she's so good, and it's funny enough, and it's clever enough, and
Worst
you
maid of
know,
honor ever.
yeah,
Um,
there's no question about
but
that.
like there's like these classic scenes of her running around in that wedding dress and ruining it for I don't think I could
Uh-huh.
ever speak to her, you know,
Yeah.
and just her. I mean, uh,
I mean, I guess in fairness, I think most of that would probably be able to be washed off. It was all just like
Rachel, it was
surface
like
dirt.
totally torn and stuff. There
Was it
was no
torn?
saving that
I
dress. There was no
haven't seen
saving
it in
it.
a while.
But
It's
then
not
again,
not salvageable.
yeah, it's so funny because I remember watching this with my mom, and she's like, she's a tabloid reporter. What do you expect from that? And it made me laugh when she classified that. Uh,
But yeah, it's a really good one, Snow Bride.
It
It's
is. It's
funny,
so
it's
fun.
charming, it's really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's see, what's another one that you have?
The Christmas Waltz.
Yeah, another one I have as well.
Yeah.
So
So. I mean,
We have almost all the same, I think, except for two, I think, because I have Wise Men.
yeah.
But yeah, Christmas Waltz, what a charming film. I think the fact that it came out the year of the pandemic was even more special, that it had such whimsy and was there was such an escapism to it. I think it made it even more special, but it's really a good one.
It's true, and like they have such good chemistry too,
They do, yeah.
and it just works. And what I
Mhm.
loved about this too is that the sort of we always have to like somebody's got to give something up, somebody's got to set, there's always that type of sometimes in holiday movies that get real annoying where you have to give something up to discover what you truly want. There's none of that
Mhm.
here.
Yeah.
Like just because she's a successful lawyer doesn't mean she has to give that up or whatever. Like they both work with their dreams and what they want to
Uh-huh.
do, and that is so
Well,
refreshing to watch
and
too.
and also her being so recently engaged, usually that's a lot of landmines, that she's
Yeah,
going to fall
yeah.
in love so quick. But when it
I
works, it
mean, it's Will
works.
Kemp, so I will forgive her for that. But
When
uh
it works, it
it
works,
works. When it works, it works, and it really works, And
Yeah.
it's so good too because he's a dancer, so you believe everything. And they have
Mhm.
homages too to like classic movies, like musicals, like when they're dancing outside on the bench and stuff. That's like all homages to classic holiday musical films that we loved, and they did a great job with this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the next one that I have is actually the first movie that I gave 5 crowns to on the podcast. Uh, this was, I don't know. Why did they have, that's not 2018, is it? Road to Christmas? I thought that was 2000. Maybe I'm going crazy.
I
So
think
that
it
wouldn't
is
be the first movie that
2008.
I gave. Anyway, I just had a Mandela effect moment. I really remember. I was thinking that was the one. Anyway, Road to Christmas was so my next pick is Road to Christmas. This was an early favorite of mine on the podcast, and it's a lot of fun. All the stops that are made along the way are enjoyable. The different like obstacle courses and different, they go to the it's been a while since I saw it, but they go to the tree farm and they have the puppies and they getting all of the brothers all together is sweet
All
and
this for a TV
the
show,
fact that everybody has to work on Christmas and it's still endearing
Yeah.
is like shocking, amazing. But I really like the cast in this one, and yeah, I have fond
Yeah,
memories
it
of
was
it.
fun. Is this? No, I can't. This wasn't Chad Michael Murray's like first Hallmark movie, was it?
I don't know about first,
I
and
wonder,
then he
maybe
had
The
done
Beach
some.
House was.
Was that
Now I
before
don't
the
know, and
Beach
I'm not gonna
House?
look it up, guys. I'm just gonna throw it out there in the air.
But
Throw it out
he had
there.
also done some for like ABC Family, so it gets a
Yeah, well,
little.
I was thinking of like Hallmark specifically because like he has done holiday movies for everybody.
Yeah,
Um,
so it just gets a little murky. I can't
yeah,
remember like which one was done for what and when was and especially like early on Hallmark, they would air stuff that had been on other networks and then they would
yeah, no
air it
longer
on
that.
them.
That's like,
And they don't do that hardly ever anymore.
well, no,
But
they
but
have such a catalog now.
yeah, they don't need to. They don't need to. So but this one is it's a nice one and it's got a
Yeah,
lot of Christmas. If you know what's interesting is that all pretty much all the ones we talked about so far, I don't think the chemistry except for Christmas Waltz. That's the only one where I'm like, that
yeah,
is really
yeah.
great chemistry, which is weird because I think of that as such an essential element of a good Hallmark movie. And yet I mean, I don't think the chemistry is that great in The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. I don't think it's that great in Three Wise Men and a Baby. I mean, the brothers together do, but none of the romantic. I don't think
Right.
Snow Bride, the chemistry is that great. I don't think Road to Christmas, the chemistry is that great.
But it's the situations
Christmas
that they're
Getaway, it's
in.
not that
Yeah.
great. I don't, it's kind of, that's interesting.
It's interesting, but it's the situations and how they weave
Yeah.
everything in. I think that makes it all work. That you're like,
Yeah.
I forgive it all. Like, even if it isn't the best, or like, I had just such a good
Yeah.
time watching
And it's
it.
not like actively bad,
No.
chemistry. So not unlike when we're talking about some of the bad ones on this list, I do think are actively bad chemistry. And a couple of them. Well, do you have any others in this section, or did
I
we talk about all
have,
six of yours?
yeah, I two more that I don't think, Christmas Under Wraps,
Yeah, that's.
with,
I totally get that being on someone's top 25. Like that
yeah,
is a classic.
because I was just thinking, I was like, for a long time, Candace Cameron Bure was the Hallmark queen.
Hmm.
She's no longer, she retired. But she does have some
Yeah,
good and some bad Christmas movies, and I think this one is probably the most accessible, like because it's just wacky.
yeah.
It's also a good rom-com, and it's
And
got
has
that.
just like a little bit of Christmas magic.
Yes, that too,
You
and
know,
it's just like, and she's an unlikable character because she's so conceited, like in work, and then she's stuck in Alaska, and is she working for Santa or not? It's I just think this movie works. Don't watch the sequel. I don't know why they did that.
that was
Um,
weird. That was
that was
very
the
weird.
weirdest thing ever. But
Yeah. I
okay.
mean, I think they were planning on doing it with her, and then it was like right then that everything,
I
uh,
don't know. That
it
was a
was in the
weird.
planning process that it all fell
I would
apart.
have much rather it like stood on its own than be a sequel to that because it made no sense. But
Yeah.
I do think that if anybody was to, I would recommend, like, if you're gonna watch one of her Christmas movies, I would recommend this one because I think it's the most accessible to everybody.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, she
Yeah,
did have some really good ones. I like
she
Christmas
does. And
Detour.
this
I
one's
like
fun
Let It
too. It's
Snow.
not
That's
like,
on the list. I really loved Christmas Town. That was really good.
yeah, I mean, this one's
So
like fun.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
she's got some heavy ones on here, but this one's
yeah,
like all more fun and a little
yeah.
little whimsical in certain areas. But
Agreed. Yeah.
and I
We just had Tracy Andreen and Lee Friedlander for our patron activity that we do every month. We have, if you want to join the Patreon, we have a patron activity every month where we bring in talent and we either watch a movie or we just do Q&A. And we hear all the behind the scenes. We talk about it. We just did it for Switch for Christmas, which is on this list.
Yeah, which I
And
do love,
and
by the way.
that I didn't like it when it came out because I was so disappointed because I was expecting it to be really funny,
Yeah,
and the fact that everybody knew took away a lot of the humor I thought that they
yeah,
could have had. They could have made it more funny. But so that was disappointing to me. But on the rewatch, it does hold up pretty well. I
yeah.
enjoyed
It's
it.
like, yeah. I mean, it's interesting. They could have done more with it, but I think they made it work for the most
Yeah.
part. And it's
It
like
was a lot better
believable.
than
And yeah.
I remember it being, and so that was a very fun patron watch along. Talk about the ones we don't like from
Hold
this
on.
list
Did
of
you do
20.
all your six? Because I'm
Yeah, I
missing one.
did. So I
Oh,
have
so
Most Wonderful Time of the Year, Three Wise Men and a Baby, Snow Bride, Christmas Waltz, Road to Christmas, and Christmas Getaway.
okay. So my last one would be the Christmas House,
Oh
which
yeah,
I
that's
think
a nice
is.
one.
I just think it's fun, and the whole lawyer skit, like his TV show where he's playing a lawyer, and then it starts that
Yeah.
way and then it ends that way with his father being like an extra on the jury for the show. Is I just think the family dynamics were fun. The
Yeah.
it's bonkers, and I'll even throw in like one and two because I think both of the sequel works too. And
Yeah.
Treat Williams is just so good in it as the
Yeah.
dad, and it's a lot of fun. For
Yeah.
it's
I'd
and
agree. That
it's
would be a
yeah,
pick. And another that I really thought about is I do love the Christmas Cottage. I think that is such a
Mhm.
good, like, that to me is one of the ultimate, like, cozy. It's like such a cozy Christmas movie, Hallmark
Yeah.
movie. And I really do like Steve Lund. I think he is very, very swoony.
Yes.
So that one would be probably, it might make my top 25 list. It would be close. I do
Yeah.
like that one a lot. I'd like to take a second to thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the good folks over at Aura Frames. And Aura Frames is the hidden gem that becomes the favorite gift long after the wrapping paper is gone. Did someone give you a really great gift last year? Something that has stayed with you, that you have really enjoyed? Well, that's what you can give to a loved one in your life with an Aura digital frame. There is something special about the fact that not only can you personalize the Aura frame, when you give it to them, you can upload the photos so that they're there
when you give it to them, but you can continually update it throughout the year. It's very, very, very fun. You have unlimited free photos and video. All you have to do is download the Aura app and connect to Wi-Fi. You can personalize the gift with a message before it arrives. You can share photos and videos effortlessly straight from your phone, so you can have multiple people that we're sharing to the frame. Don't wait. Win the holidays now with Aura Frames. For a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver Mat frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code Hallmarkies at checkout. That's auraframes.com, auraframes.com, promo code Hallmarkies. This deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames sell out fast, so order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, so let's talk about the ones we don't like. The first one, I could not even believe it was on this list, is Christmas in Vienna. This I thought was such a failure on a script level. Sure, Vienna, it's pretty, but if you want to see a German market movie, I mean, Heidelberg Holiday is way better, in my opinion. Like, way better writing, way better characters. It's way more romantic. These two had absolutely no chemistry, Brennan Elliott and Sarah Drew, at all. And he was treating her like the nanny the whole time. And so it was bizarre. And I mean, I don't even hardly remember very much, but it was very disappointing because they had filmed it at the beginning of the year and pre-COVID, and so we'd seen even the clips from it. We'd seen we knew about it
in the Christmas market and all that other stuff.
Yeah, and so it was kind of something, we're going to look forward to that all year, because even if we don't get any other Christmas, we know for sure we're getting that. It's done. It's in the can. And like, I love Christmas Pen Pal so much with Sarah Drew. I loved the other ones she'd done for Lifetime, and so her coming over to Hallmark was so exciting. For the most part, I like Brennan Elliott, although he's had a bunch that I haven't liked. The script was not good in this, and the chemistry was not there, and I don't know, like, it was just not good, in my opinion. I didn't like it.
I was not bothered as much as you were by this movie, but I did put it on my list as it shouldn't be in a top 25.
Yeah.
Because it didn't fully work.
No.
But I enjoyed it when I watched it for the most part. But yeah, it's true. He does treat her like the like the nanny. She's like, she's an accomplished musician, but here, watch my kids. And
there's so many better foreign movies that you could pick if you wanted to go that route for a pick, like Heidelberg Holiday for sure. The Norwegian Christmas one, that one's way better. The one with Rhiannon.
True.
Even I would put that one with Lacey in Iceland. I can't think of what it's called.
Christmas
with
Getaway?
Blaha.
Oh, Christmas Quest, I think.
Yeah, that one's better. Like, I just off the top of my head, like, there's a bunch of better travel ones that you could pick that are better than this. So
yeah, and the more time goes by, the more it doesn't hold up on all factors. But
I didn't even love it, but I would pick that one with JC in France. The Jo Noel, I think it was called.
No, I would not. I don't know. I don't
think it's better than this.
Only because they did not have a coat that fit her, and that still gets me angry.
I mean, I agree about that.
No, I know. I guess
I think
you're
that
right.
script was better than this script.
No, you're right, because there is a mystery to it that we're more involved with for that movie. So you're right. I probably would put that one higher than Vienna.
Yeah. Maybe that's what we should do, especially since you love the travel movies so much. Maybe we should do a ranking with a favorite holiday travel.
Right, because we haven't done the holiday ones. We've done,
Did we do
we did
summer ones?
I believe so. Yeah, we didn't do the.
Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, that would be fun.
But Rachel, we got like 50 more since then. We can switch it. We can add it up. We can switch it up. We can update it. That's all it is. Updated.
Well, what's one of the ones that you don't
I can't
like that's
believe
on this list?
I can't be the only one, but I'm not going to talk about the one. I'm going to save the one that makes me angry for the last, but
Okay.
I don't like Christmas at Pemberley Manor. And it is
Yeah,
number
that's also on
17
my
up on this
list.
list. And I'm like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Like, why are
Yeah.
you here?
Like
And
in in that year they did that. I mean, thank goodness that
so
Pride,
many.
Prejudice, and Mistletoe
Yeah.
is not on this list because then I would truly
Bro,
riot because this is at least better than that. And
I
but
would,
it's still bad. Like
th
it
well, I
if
would agree
this
on that.
didn't have Pemberley in the name, if this was just generic Jessica Lowndes Hallmark
Yes, it would
movies,
have
I
worked
would
so
think it
much
was
better.
fine, where that's not the
Yeah.
case with Pride, Prejudice, and Mistletoe. That movie
Oh,
is so boring. Like
that's the one with
nothing.
Lacey, right?
Yeah, Lacey.
Yeah,
They
I
just like
hate
plan a
that
party the
one.
whole time.
Oh.
Lisa, like this is like a generic fine
Yeah,
Hallmark movie that they put a like a
that's what does it in. It's
I mean, I
you.
agree. It's on my I have it as my six, but I'm just
Mhm.
saying that Pride and Prejudice Missile is even worse.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
The problem with this movie is the shoehorning in the Jane Austen of it all and the Pride and Prejudice of it all. And if you had just left that alone, it would have been like we gotta plan a party and save a thing. The staples of those movies. But yeah, it's just this one does just not work for me. Oh, and the CGI. When I remember that when they had the sinkhole. So funny. And you know what else is funny is too is that everybody's wearing coats clearly in the summertime, and it's that always makes me laugh when you watch a movie like that. When they clearly film it in the summer, there's no wind, there's nothing, and they're sweating under their coats. That's the best part.
It's I do have a little bit of fondness for the movie, if only because of our ranking with Michael Rady was so
Oh yeah, I know.
memorable.
He loved it so much, and we're
That
like,
was one of the first ones we did together, and
yeah.
we had so much fun with it,
Yeah.
and so
But
I
I could see why he liked it so much and why it didn't work for it's just the Jane
well
Austen
because
of it all that didn't work. Yeah.
he never really thought about the whole Jane Austenification
Yeah.
of it, which to you and
I
I,
wish we could forget that when we're watching it,
yeah.
I don't even if it didn't have the Jane Austen connection to it or the Pride and Prejudice connection to it, I wouldn't have put it in the top 25.
I wouldn't have put it in the top 25, but
Yeah.
for me it would just be like a decent like this is one of the ones where I'm just like that's like a very forgettable film.
It
Like
is,
it
you know.
it's not one of the ones that I like hate, but it's one of those ones where I'm
Yeah.
just like, what? Who even remembers that? Like it's
It's
very
also
forgettable.
hysterical because of the bad CGI when the sinkhole happens, and that
Oh
clearly it's the
yeah.
summertime because I
Right.
just love seeing people sweat underneath their coats when they film it in the summertime.
Yeah.
That is always the funniest thing to see in these
Yeah,
movies,
and of course we have to get the whole sequence where Jessica Lowndes is trying to get a recording deal.
Of course, because
You know, like why is she singing? That has nothing to do with her character. That has nothing
no,
to
right?
do
Because she's
with
a she plans parties. Come on, guys. Like,
yeah. So
um,
that's like I much prefer in like Road to Christmas. Jessie Schramm has a sequence where she sings,
mhm.
and it's just like a normal human singing, like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like singing like you do, like when sometimes you sing with your family. At least my family sometimes we'll gather around the piano and we'll sing, you know, or like that's normal singing, not like I'm hoping that somebody at MGM or RCA or whatever will want to sign me. And, and nobody is worse about that than Jessica. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's true. So yeah, I agree. That one is also on my worst picks list. And then we have for me, right before Christmas, like this is a completely forgettable Christmas movie. Like they try to tell like all these different stories. I think there were four or five. None of them are memorable. No chemistry. I mean, for a long time, I felt like Chad Michael Murray was phoning it in with these Christmas and well, just Hallmark movies in general.
Mm.
And this did not change that impression for me. Yes.
Well, I've seen
And
some of his non-Hallmark holiday movies as well, and I still have that same
yeah,
impression. So it just
yeah.
might be him. I don't know.
I mean, I've appreciated in the last 2 years, he's really kind of leaned into the pretty boy image and just had fun with it
Yeah, he
and, you
seems
know,
to be
kind of
having more
laughed
fun
about
now.
it,
Yeah.
whether it's the new Freaky Friday movie or that dancer one on Netflix, Merry Gentleman or whatever. Like that's at least he's having fun with it. That's more
Yeah.
enjoyable to me. He seems more engaged when he did that whole as part of the Merry Gentleman. He did like a sexy calendar and
Yes, that was
like
hysterical.
all of
Yeah.
that. Like if he was gonna ask me for advice, I say keep doing that, lean into that, do that. That's way more entertaining than whatever it was he was doing for a couple
Yeah.
of years in the space. But yeah, I mean, right before Christmas, what? Like that is so weird to me to have that on
I
this list.
I
Like
think
who?
I remember liking it in the moment, but I don't remember much of the movie
Yeah,
since then. And I was like,
it's
I don't,
totally forgettable.
yeah.
Totally
Mm.
forgettable. So I think that's a very weird pick. What's another that you have?
Uh, okay, guys, don't shoot me for this, but I have Let It Snow
Yeah. Okay.
with
Yeah.
this is on the list. This is my least
This
least.
is very high. She has it at 4, I think.
Yeah, and I'm like crazy, but it is my least favorite Candace Cameron Bure Hallmark Christmas movie. I don't
Interesting.
know exactly why to pinpoint it, but it annoyed me.
I
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know if it would make top 25, but
I
I
know it
do kind
definitely
of
wouldn't
like
put it
it.
in top 25.
I
No,
think it's
I get
fun.
it. I
Like
think I'm the only one in here who does it. That's why I'm like, don't hate me, guys. This is just a movie
I
that I didn't
like
enjoy.
all the so it's the end that and
Yeah.
every day there's a different celebration of Christmas each
Yes.
day.
Hmm.
So like one day they're doing like the Swedish, thing. One day they're doing the Yule log for I think Germany, and then next day
Yeah.
like they have the different meals and the different traditions, and that I think is was really charming and fun. So that
Yeah,
was enough for
there are
me to
some
enjoy
elements
it.
that work. I know, but like I know because I know this one's going to be controversial. They're like,
Yeah.
"What? What do you mean?" And I'm like,
That's okay.
"Guys,
I have a couple too.
it's okay. I mean, we're not all the same." But there was just something that just didn't. Well, it was too much with the dad and the daughter fighting. I don't know. I didn't find any chemistry between them. Maybe I do need to rewatch it because maybe I'd feel differently after some time. But yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah,
have this on.
it is interesting that these old school, I never really thought about it, how the old school Hallmark movies, chemistry was not as important to me as it is now,
No.
which is interesting.
Which is funny because
Um,
Jesse Hutch used to do so many Hallmark movies and now he does none. It's like, what happened
yeah.
there?
Well, I mean, he does some for the other network, the
But all
rom-coms.
of those are acquisitions. He's not, I mean, maybe one or two things he chooses to do, but like,
Yeah,
it's like in another stage. He's an
yeah.
older man now, like he's a different stage of,
But
his
he does a
career.
lot of like stunt work, and
Yeah.
he was also our guest this year for Patron
He's
Watch Along.
he,
So
he's got some good ones though. Like he's got
and
some good
he
ones, but I don't think their
yeah,
chemistry worked
and
that well.
he was one of our very first interviews that we did for Hallmarkies podcast.
Hmm.
2000, he was a 2018
Yeah.
interview because we loved Snowmance so much, and I will always love and adore
Always love
Snowmance.
Snowman's. That's bonkers, that movie.
I
Everybody needs
love and
therapy,
adore
by the
it.
way.
It's
Yeah.
still one of my favorites TV Christmas movies. I love it. And we had done a whole emergency podcast on
I remember.
Snowmance. Yeah. And he had heard it and he shared it with all his followers. And I was like, I love
Oh,
these girls. They're
nice.
so fun. And so that's why
I mean,
we
it's such a
interviewed. I
such
think
a
he was only our second actor interview because I'm pretty sure we'd interviewed Paul Campbell. That was our very first actor interview in 2017. And then we interviewed I think Jesse next. He was right up there. It was early. So he's great. I mean
yeah. He's got
the
some really good ones, like Harvest Moon
yeah.
Forever.
Oh, I love that one so
Yeah.
much. Yeah, yeah. But I think it's that the different celebrations of Christmas that I found that very
Yeah, I
charming.
don't know. Like I said, I don't exactly know which pinpoint. Like I'm not too
Mhm.
fond of the Christmas cottage either. Like, but
Oh, really?
yeah, but I was like, that would make a top 25, I think. But this one is like,
Mhm.
I don't know what it doesn't exactly work for me.
Yeah,
Maybe I just don't like the coupling and the pairing, and I just think
yeah.
he's a little too mustache twirling of a villain, the real estate
I could see
and
that.
stuff. And like, I probably
Yeah.
do need to
It
rewatch
kind of
it.
leans into some of those tropes from that era.
Yeah,
I could see
I do
that.
think that this was a question mark kind of. I think I might need to rewatch it,
Mhm.
but yeah, I wouldn't put it on my top 25. So it
Yeah,
goes.
fair enough. One for me that this movie just did not work for me is Christmas at the Plaza.
Mm.
I thought that she was totally miscast, and it really was a barrier for me because I think the script is actually pretty good, and he's fine. Ryan is good at this kind of role, but I don't know if it was just because she was trying to do an American accent and that made her feel stiff, made her feel like, then there was no reason. Why couldn't she have had her accent? Wouldn't have
Well,
mattered at
true,
all for her
because it didn't
character.
matter at all. Yeah.
No, it wouldn't have mattered at all. And I just thought she was wooden and stiff. And I've enjoyed her in like the Mystery Island movies. I've enjoyed her some other Hallmark movies where they do
Yeah,
allow her
but
to have her
she's,
accent.
to me, she's wooden and I like the Mystery Island movies as well, but she's wooden and stiff in those movies
She's
too.
better though with her accent.
Well, yeah, she's doing her
Better.
now. Yeah.
But and
I know
she's not really required to be much of a romantic lead in those. So it's different.
It's
but
different.
but this
To me, it's just, yeah. I mean, I kind of liked this movie when it came out. I thought it was fine, but I can see why. I do question why it's on like number 13 over here. I
Yeah.
wouldn't make my top 25.
Yeah.
But I think she's just wooden in general. I guess she was like that in Agents of Shield too. Like, you can come for me, people. I don't care. He was.
Yeah.
I just
it was such a bummer because I think if it had been almost anybody else, I probably would have really enjoyed the movie because the script was solid.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah,
Ron
it's a
Oliver
solid,
directing, and Ryan is so good when he's playing basically variations on Mr. Darcy, in my opinion. Like, that's his lane. He's really good in that. When he tries, and I am sympathetic to not wanting to be typecast, not wanting to, but when he's gone out of that lane, it hasn't been as good.
Yeah.
It's just
It'd be interesting. Like, his work on Hallmark is very interesting, and like we have varied opinions on that.
Like in my opinion, like Timeless Christmas, the where he's basically playing Darcy in that. Even though I think the Mr. Darcy movies have their flaws, he is perfectly cast, I think, for that role in both of those.
Yeah, he is. But
and I don't know. I just think that's when he's the best, is when he's
and I'd like to see him come back, because I think fans would love to see him come back if he did a Hallmark movie, another one. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but listen, he's back on General Hospital, so he can come back on.
But not that I can blame him if he can support himself making jewelry and surfing and like.
But he is back at General Hospital.
More power to him. If
he's back from the dead. Wink, wink. He might not be who he says he is, back from the dead, but it's interesting. So I was like, oh, get to see. It's so funny, Rachel, because you don't know how much you miss the presence of an actor until they leave a show. And then you're like, yeah, I didn't care about that actor. And then one day you're like, man, I missed that character. You know what I mean? And then boom, he's back.
Well,
and
especially
like,
soaps,
Yeah, I know. But then it was like, but then I sort of started to miss him too in the Hallmark movies. And I was like, oh, like, such a presence for such a long time. But he's back now, so it's all right.
I'd like to take a second to thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's Uncommon Goods. The countdown is on. Holiday shopping season is officially here. Uncommon Goods takes the stress out of gifting with thousands of unique, high-quality finds you won't see anywhere else. Don't wait. The most meaningful gifts get scooped up fast, and now's the perfect time to cross names off your list. What I really liked when I looked at their website is that you can go to the exact category of the person that you're shopping for. So you can look for gifts for women. And then in particular, they have a whole section for moms, for grandmas, for wives, for teenagers. And within each of those categories, there's all these creative ideas. And I had a lot of fun looking at the teen category. I have some nieces and different things that would be fun to shop for. And I love the creativity in so many of the gifts. You've got create your own reel viewers. You've got a photo and label printer. I definitely think there is something for everybody, and it's worth checking out their site. And it's also nice that when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. Many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches, so shop now before they sell out this holiday season. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3.1 million to date. So don't wait. Cross those names off your list before the rush. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/hallmarkies. That's uncommongoods.com/hallmarkies for 15% off.
uncommon goods were all out of the ordinary.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
what's another that you have that you didn't like?
See, I said
I only
Christmas.
have, well, I have two more. One is the one
Okay.
you
Oh,
have
okay.
that
So,
you dislike
so
the most.
see, I did Christmas at Pemberley Man. I'm all behind here. Let It Snow. I agree with you on Christmas in Vienna. Oh, A Wish for Christmas. The
Yeah,
one
that's
with
not my,
Lacey
that's, I
and
have that as well. I mean, this is like a fairly forgettable movie. It's not awful, but it is extremely distracting, them trying to hide Lacey's pregnant bump. It's just, it looks ridiculous, and that is a barrier. The
I
script
wish
is
yeah. I mean,
fine.
they had to because it is a
I just
romance,
don't cast her in one year. I mean, just
yeah,
have her be
like,
like an executive producer or something like that, so she's still like with the network.
or
One
you could have put
year,
her in a different type of movie where she's like pregnant, where it's
yeah.
like completely, I
Or
mean, she
like,
could have
yeah,
been
have her
pregnant in
play
this
like an
one too,
older
but
sister or something like
yeah, she
that.
could have been pregnant in this one too, but people would have been like, it's too much of a romance, and people would have been like, what's that pregnant lady, getting in a romance with
Yeah.
this dude? I mean, people would have talked, well, back then anyway, who cares? But
I mean, the idea of sort of the Christmas list and not being able to tell why,
it's just, and she did, and there
it's
was
like
just,
fun, but it just
I know, and it didn't work
doesn't
between
work.
her and Paul Green's character, who was like a jerk, um, ish
Yeah.
in character
He's
wise,
kind
and
of a
I don't
man of
know, it didn't really
business.
work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another one that I feel like is very forgettable. Like if you're gonna pick a Lacey Chabert movie, I mean, I just feel like there's
That's
way better ones
There
to
are
pick.
way better ones. I mean, there's like 30 plus of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
like
I mean, they
half of that,
have,
more than half of them are the holiday
and
ones
then they
too.
have the princess one on here, which Royal Christmas,
That
which
boggles
that
my mind.
that would not be what I would pick for
Of
Lacey
all the
Chabert.
royal, yeah, especially of all the royal holiday movies, why would you pick that one?
Yeah, and not pick Creme for Christmas? Like that's bonkers.
Or even the one with Laura
Bonkers.
Onses, with
Oh
some
yeah, yeah, that yeah, I agree. I
one royal
agree.
holiday, right?
Yeah,
Or
I agree.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that one would go,
That one's definitely better
yeah,
than Royal Christmas for
weird,
sure.
you know.
That is very. I'd even put personally, I'd put that the Queen's, the ones, the Jersey one. I'd put that
Oh my
above
gosh,
Royal
yeah.
Christmas. I would.
Represent. They sounded like they
I
were
had
from New
fun with
York,
it.
but
I
uh
enjoyed it.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. I also have a wish for Christmas, and so we have this. Our final one is this. We have the same.
Well, I have two more.
Oh, you do?
Because that yeah, oh, I think we have the same, The Christmas Train.
Yes. So Christmas Train, and I even read the book before this, and I finished the
I've
book, and I
never
was
read the
like,
book. Yeah.
I finished the book, and I was like, oh no,
Oh,
this is
really? Because
terrible.
I was like, the book has to work better than this movie.
Not really. I mean, it's just a terrible twist. It's
Mm,
awful, and I don't. You just, how do you get around it? It's awful.
yeah. I agree.
And
It's
I mean,
like,
this is the kind of thing that's put on this list because it's got all these
yes,
famous
because it's
people,
got all
Sports Hall of
these,
Fame. So it's got Dermot Mulroney and Danny Glover and Joan Cusack and all
yeah,
that, but it is not a good story.
it is not. It is, and it's just so ridiculous. And a lot of those actors are wasted in their roles. It just didn't come together. I'm not sure what failed at what end, but ugh, oh my gosh, and when they're outside in the snow too, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I guess you could forget ridiculous things, but for me, it didn't work out. I agree with you completely.
Yeah, the ending, I even said at the time, I said the ending is very irritating, but I still enjoyed it. So I was feeling more charitable, but
Yeah, yeah, it's something.
it definitely wouldn't, even then would not have made my top 25,
Yeah,
that's
it
for
is
sure.
something that when you watch it, you're okay with it when in the moment when you're watching it, but when you really start to think about it and break down, you're like, it doesn't fully
Yeah.
work for me either. It wouldn't make my, obviously it wouldn't make my top 23, but
Yeah.
like the one that bothers me the most is this is my last one.
Oh, okay.
Where Are You Christmas? With Lindsay
Yeah.
Fonseca, pardon me,
Yeah.
Lindsay Fonseca and Michael Ratty.
Hmm.
I don't like this movie. I don't think it worked.
Well, there were a couple things. Like it's such a shame because they were trying to take a risk and I applaud them for taking a risk.
Yeah,
Visually it was a cool idea. but
Oh yeah, that's why it's on here. And it's number 12. And my eye was twitching when I
but
saw this on the list
the
because they do half of it in black and white. And they're trying to make a twist on it. You know, they're playing with the It's a Wonderful Life. And so there's a
Mhm.
lot of good ideas here and a lot of interesting things.
Yeah,
But it just, and also, what's
yeah,
that other movie that they did?
I was just trying to think of
Pleasantville.
what.
It was also
Well,
gives
yeah,
that Pleasantville
Pleasantville, but there
vibe.
was another movie that year that was very similar about the alternate, like being in an alternate dimension,
Yeah.
and but I cannot
But she
think.
wasn't even in an alternate dimension, like some kind of weird. And
But there
I
was a
don't know
similar
because
movie that I thought was better
it just
that
didn't work. And
year.
and the whole trouble with her dad and stuff, I was like, what is the problem here? Like,
See that
this
like
isn't,
that was a big problem for me was the
yeah,
that like her dad was not reasonable. His
no.
behavior was like it was bizarre.
It's bizarre and it was uncalled for, and, and it was
Oh,
just
I
like,
know which like so this was the same year as Rescuing Christmas, which is very similar if you
oh,
think about it,
yes.
right? They're both in this sort of alternate dimension where Christmas doesn't exist, right? And
Mhm.
where they
All
but
due to a wish, too.
but one is hilarious and very creative and inventive,
Yep.
and the other is depressing. It's
Yeah, this is so
sad.
depressing, this one.
It's not fun. Yeah, that's the one. That's the comparison that
Yeah.
I was making.
This
Uh,
one,
I think
I
you could.
shouldn't get as angry as I do when I think about it, but I just
I think you could even
like this
compare
one so
Round
much.
and Round, even though that's Hanukkah. It's kind of similar. You know, alter like an alternate dimension
Yes,
kind of
that
a.
one's fun though,
Oh, I
Rachel.
mean, I'm saying
Yeah,
like
I know.
so
Yeah, you can.
like that's how to do it
But
right.
I don't even think this was an alternate dimension type of thing. I just think it was whatever crazy wish, and then everything fixed itself. And it's like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, there was
Take Me
like
Back for Christmas, that was also this year. And that is
so much
similar
better.
themes that it's exploring, but
Yeah.
so
And
much
I know
better.
that like back, this movie's what, 20, oh, is it 22 or no, it's 2023, right? And
Yeah.
I just remember it topping all the lists that year of like best holiday movies. And I was like, get out of
Yeah.
town.
I
I don't want to
agree
be
with you
depressed
there.
for Christmas.
Yeah. I
I
agree with
just,
you
for
there.
me, it didn't work. I know people liked it. I actually don't remember the, what the response was from
I
like
remember being
hardcore
fairly
Hallmark.
tepid. I
I
don't
do. I
remember it
don't
being a
think this went
favorite.
off as great with
Like
the right.
2023 was such a good year for Hallmark.
Yeah.
It might be the best year they'll ever have. I mean, just as far as the number of quality movies that year, there
Yeah.
were so many good
I
ones.
mean, there were like that year, there were like, yeah,
Ugh.
this was probably be on the bottom of the list of 2023.
Yeah.
It's just
Uh,
weird. I
yeah,
don't know.
I
It's how I feel
agree.
about it. Sorry to
I
anybody
mean,
who liked
it
it, but it didn't work
probably
for
it
me.
wouldn't make my bottom six just because of the creative. I like they tried to do something
They
creative
did try, but
visually, so I
hmm
appreciate that, but it certainly wouldn't make my top 25,
yeah,
that's for
even that
sure.
couldn't. Like, I was like, I
Even
can't
that
forgive
year, it
this.
didn't make my top 25
No,
that year,
no.
but all time. All right, so let's do our swaps.
Alrighty.
And we did have different ones by design for
Yeah,
these
Rachel, it was hard
swaps.
because you took all the good ones. Ah,
You act fast, you get the good ones.
it's true.
Um,
I was slow to go on that one, and that's my
well,
bad.
most of mine I've talked about a lot, so I won't sort of belabor them. But the first one that I would certainly have on a top 25 list, it might be number one. It certainly was when we first started doing the podcast. It's still a favorite, is Trading Christmas. I have
Yeah,
that.
that is
It's so
so good.
entertaining. Both relationships are really good, great chemistry, good writing. It's it's really swoony, it's really romantic, but it's also sweet. It's got those Hallmark feels, with her
Yeah.
dealing with her grief and can she move on and her relationship with her daughter. All of that works.
So it's so fun too, yeah,
Hmm.
and and all the relationships going on,
Yeah.
you know. The idea
Yeah.
of swapping houses, I would never. It's just I can't be bothered, Rachel. But it's a fun concept for,
It
a movie
is.
like that.
It is. It's a fun concept and very well executed. I love
Yeah,
both of them, and it's just a joy to watch.
it is. It's a total joy.
Yeah, yeah. What do you have?
Well, I picked like Crown for Christmas.
Yeah, it's
because
so
I
good.
think that's no, I don't think. I know this is the best holiday royal movie that Hallmark has put out.
Yeah.
For me, it's very simple. It's like, hey man, I'm the nanny, a king, because this one is a very rare one. We have princes on the verge of becoming kings, but we don't ever have a king. And this one, he was an actual king. And like he falls for the nanny, and it's like a trope, but who cares? Because it's so much fun to watch. And I just
Yeah.
think it's like,
Well, I
it's
love when he chases after her at the
oh gosh, but the
end.
horse and
The
everything at the end,
horse,
it's
yeah.
so traditional and kind of this is what I want for my sort of I like it to be more traditional for my
It's
modern
really
day.
it does feel kind of Cinderella-y. Like
Yes,
she's
and
even
that's what I
working as a
like. Like,
maid at the
right.
beginning
I
and
don't need any of my royal people wanting to do something else. Like,
yeah.
let's go back to let's go back to, let's go back to these old-fashioned type of like fairy
Yeah.
tales and modernize it. And I think that's what they did really well here. They
Mhm.
modernized a classic fairy tale, and it just works. And
Yeah,
I
I
love this.
agree.
I try to watch it every year. It's a classic.
Well, my next pick is one that I think's kind of been a little bit forgotten, except for by me who keeps bringing it up. It's Fur Crazy. I have, and the reason why I like this one is because I think that it has such good character motivation. Because a lot of times you have in Hallmark movies these characters who hate Christmas for like no discernible reason. Like it's illogical. Whereas like her character motivation is so well done. She doesn't like Christmas because her parents run a Christmas tree lot and Christmas took them away from her as a kid. And
Yeah.
that's so natural. When you're little, you resent your parents' job. You resent things that take them away, right? And so of
Right.
course she would resent the Christmas tree lot and by degrees also resent Christmas. It just makes sense. It's a good character. And so then she loses her job and she has to work at this lot. And as she not only comes to love Christmas, she comes to love her parents and forgive them
Hmm.
and grow as a human. And so I just think that it is a really good movie for a Christmas movie about her character. And the romance is perfectly pleasant, but it's more of a secondary to her falling in love with Christmas, which is what you want in a Christmas movie, right?
Right.
And everything with the grumpy guy, the grumpy department store owner, and him coming around at the end is like very classic. They have like great skating date in this movie,
Yeah.
which sometimes those are terrible. And I don't know, I just think it's very iconic to me for a lot of different things that a lot of other Hallmark movies try to do, but I think this one does it the best.
Yeah, I wonder if it's that people don't have much to remember because it's an older
Yeah.
Hallmark movie. So I
Yeah,
do
and maybe
wonder.
because Sarah Lancaster isn't as famous as your
Hmm.
Candaces or your Danicas or your,
Right. And
you
it,
know.
back in the early days of the channel, she did a few,
Oh yeah,
which were
she did. And I
you
always
know,
liked her presence on screen is really really warm and empathetic and enjoyable. So yeah, I think it's a very well written one.
yeah,
Very well done.
agree.
So what do you have next?
I have Christmas in My Heart. I just love this movie with Luke McFarlane and Heather Hemmings.
Oh yeah, I
I
forgot about
just
that one, but
think
that one is good.
Yeah, I just think it's more dramatic, but I just think
Mhm.
that it does such a good job with blended families and grief and finding love again, and it all mix it, they just it all
Yeah,
it just works. Everything
yeah, it's
works
a good
in
one.
how they approach it, and and it's
Hmm.
I don't know. It just this
Yeah,
movie, I just love it so much. It works for me. I think it's
yeah,
such a great thing about both of these girls have lost their mothers and they're grieving about it. And the common factor is, they're, mixed families, they're biracial, and they just handle all of that subject matter like so well. Like it doesn't matter
yeah,
at the end of the day.
yeah,
And that's the whole point, of the
yeah.
movie. And it's such great and the music too. Like he's a country star, country music star, and she's
Violinist.
violinist. Yeah. Oh, I almost said cellos, but no, she's a violinist. And I just think it works. Like there's a lot of music in it. There's a lot of love, and it's just I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. No,
I
I
love their
agree. That's a
chemistry.
good
I think
one.
it works completely.
Yeah. I agree. The next one I have is Love at the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh yes, this is
I think
another
that
classic oldie.
that
Yeah.
Autumn and Antonio have such good chemistry. The banter's really good. This is one that I even just recommended it on the movie show. They're asking for what are good sort of your first start to the Christmas season. So I was
Hmm.
thinking ones that have sort of a Thanksgiving theme, and it wasn't just Hallmark movies; it was any movies. And this was one that I had on that list for KSL movie show. So it is one I think is a pretty good gateway Hallmark movie to enjoy,
Yeah,
and it's very entertaining. So that's what I have
I
next.
agree. That
Yeah.
one's a fun one.
What do you have next?
I have a Very Merry Mix-Up with Alicia
Yeah.
Witt.
I can't
Which is
believe that's
just
not
this
on
is
this
also
list.
an older one too, an older Hallmark. Yeah, it's crazy that they don't have at least one of her films up there. And this one's like, I'm gonna go visit my fiance's family, and then it's the wrong family.
Yeah,
And it's
hilarious.
it's just hilarious and it just works. And
But
she's
it
there
has
for
so many
such
of the
a long
tropes.
time before they realize the mistake.
Yeah. And the and but the I love the sugar cookie the cookie baking scene because she's trying to she's doesn't want to she can't fall asleep yet because of the concussion. She doesn't want to she needs to stay awake because of
Yeah.
the concussion. And so there's actually motivation behind, crazy cookie scenes.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
yeah, it's bonkers done right.
Totally.
Mhm.
But she is there for such a long time.
I know.
But it just
Well,
works.
my next one is one that is if I want to watch something cozy and sweet. It's Christmas in Angel Falls. This is,
Oh,
I think,
yes.
the
Yeah.
best movie that Paul Green ever did for. Uh,
Oh, well, you know what, Rachel? Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Oh, and they were making another sequel to this that fell through, which kind of is
Um,
a blessing and
well, I
also a
mean,
bummer.
it's more just like this, almost more like a franchise, like a spin-off.
Yeah, no, but they were supposed to come back as their characters for
Oh,
the
they
third
were?
one. Yeah.
I
And that
mean,
all,
Rachel Boston was absolutely perfect for this,
yeah.
playing this angel, and the town's all depressed, and what's she gonna do? And there's just so many like swoony scenes, and Bo Bridges was so good
He's so
as like
good.
her
Paul Green is a
handler.
man of like the handyman around town, you
Yeah,
know.
he's like the ultimate man with many jobs,
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
that I say. Um, and like there's I think two scenes where they're dancing, one at the church and then one outside the church, and
I loved this movie when it came out that
oh,
year.
it
Yeah,
was
it was
so
so
good.
good.
So good.
I agree. Oh, you
So
know what? This might be his great. Though I do like that Valentine's Day
it's
movie that he
certainly better
did.
than Wish for Christmas. Come on.
Oh
Like
yeah,
who?
of all the Lacey movies that they put up, that one is the one they
Like how does
chose.
anybody think that's the better Paul Green movie? Come on.
No
Come
way.
on.
No way.
But what do you have next?
I have Haul Out the Holly, the
Mm,
first one, because
yeah,
I just
I
think
like that one.
it's just like, listen, check your, have a good, it's ridiculous, have a good time. It has a great cast.
It's a
The
comedy.
things, yeah, it's a comedy. Like he's walking around with glasses, like HOH, but like fines for not putting up Christmas decorations. And like she just hates it. Like I can't handle this, And
Yeah.
then how they slowly, like, they
Yeah, like I remember
slowly
saying
convince her to
that
do
year,
it.
like I wouldn't
Yeah.
want every Hallmark movie to be like this, but I
No,
like
but
that it
it's
exists and is
I
here.
actually love this franchise. I think all three of the
Oh,
movies are pretty good.
I agree. I
They're
agree.
all fun and but they just like the cast is great. They don't care. I think that everybody, you could tell that everybody was just having a good time, you
Yeah,
know, uh, in this movie. And it
I
like,
agree. Yeah.
I think this one's like wacky fun that you can have
Mhm,
fun with.
mhm. Yeah. My next one is from last year. I have Sugar Plumbed.
Oh
I
gosh, yes,
thought
Rachel, I'm
this
so mad that you took this one.
it
But yeah, I loved Sugar Plum. It's so
was
great.
so good. It
Hoping
was
they would do a
so
sequel to it.
funny.
I
It
don't know. That
was
might be dangerous to do a sequel.
like, and it was a big risk for them because there's very
Yes.
little romance in this. It's a family story. It's really about her and her falling in the back. It's kind of like for
And it was
Crazy in that, in that
and it
way
was
about her falling
barely
in love for
promoted. It
Christmas.
gave yeah, it was barely
Yeah,
promoted
that was
last year. It gave
bonkers.
towards the end of the season, like towards the end of
Hmm.
December,
Yeah.
but it's like the premise is just
The Book of Rules was hilarious.
Hilarious.
I wish they would
Now
sell
Paris
it. I
was
would buy
so.
one.
I would totally buy it. I was like, why didn't Hallmark? They didn't know how to market this.
Yeah,
I
they
would totally
didn't.
buy one. But when her stuff isn't working, her eye starts to twitch. Like Sugar Plum's like, why isn't any of this working? But
Yeah.
she's just a character from Beloved. But no, the list of her movies, of the Sugar Plum movies, were hysterical.
Yeah.
And the phone network that was like the Hallmark network at the
Yeah. I was
is
like, I would watch that network. I want to watch
it was so
it.
hysterical. There's even one about there's
I
even
was
like
like,
Sugar Plum and the Royal Prince or whatever. And
I was like, those promos are better than most of the Hallmark promos
for real, for real.
for the
It was
season.
just so clever because she comes to life and her eye starts twitching when nothing's working. And she just can't. Oh, but I loved it. Like she keeps smiling for her mugshot when she gets arrested and she just
Yeah.
doesn't understand why nothing is working.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
All
she's like, what
right.
do you mean we have to pay for everything?
All right. What's your next one?
I have My Christmas Family Tree,
Oh,
which
okay.
I think is cute. Like I don't like who cares about like the romance of that movie, but I just think that she's,
I
finds
wish
her
they
family.
hadn't
I wish they
hadn't
hadn't done
cared.
the
I wish they
romance,
hadn't
yeah.
even done it. And I wish that it had stayed where she wasn't actually related and they still loved her anyway and like had more of the
Right.
um
I think
you
it
know
could, yeah.
I
I
didn't
think it
need
works
that
both ways, but I agree with you. But there's
yeah
something about just that family connection of finding your family and
yeah
connecting during the holiday when she didn't have a family for a while. And I think that's very sweet on that. I mean, I didn't really care
hmm
about the romance, but I just think building a family, finding a family, that's what I really liked about this movie.
again we all have those ones that just connect with us like I think that's why I liked Christmas with the Darlings more than you or more
Yeah.
than most people is because that's not wouldn't be on my six, but still because I was the older sibling with younger siblings that I had to take care of and go home for and help and that my and even though that's his nieces and nephews like that of like okay how am I going to be the what are we going to do? How are we going to take care of, like
Yeah.
my parents are still living, but still there was definitely a dynamic in my family of that a sort of mini mom kind of a thing. And so that dynamic connected with me more. And certainly anytime I was going home for Christmas I knew I was going home to kind of help my mom,
But
and
that
help my
happens with
siblings.
that happens with older siblings. Like I'm the
Mhm.
youngest.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that happens with and especially when there's a larger age range.
Yeah.
Like my best friend is like the oldest of eight, and she does take on sometimes with the younger ones, sometimes a more mother like role
Mhm.
in certain cases because that's how it is. Like because there's a difference of age and you grow up and then you help them out, and there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's just
So
that's just why certain themes and films connect with different people, more than others. So
yeah,
I think that makes a ton of sense. Well,
totally.
let's see here. So my last pick is Take Me Back for Christmas. I
Great,
just love this movie. I
great.
mean, when she sees her mom again,
That made me cry
it every time it makes
every
me
time.
bawl. And I just think like, how would you
I
feel?
would never go
Oh,
back, Rachel, if that
I,
happened to me. I don't think I could go back because I would love to see my mom again. And I was
uh,
like, that just makes me bawl. I was like, don't go back. I mean, I know your marriage is, you won't have your marriage, but like you
like
have
I
your
mean, I think
mom.
he is the only person that she would go back for. That
It's
she
true. But like when she
is.
sees her mom
Oh,
again, it's like,
oh,
oh man.
and that ending when she has to say goodbye,
Oh, I know it.
and
Like
and,
again,
and the mom's just like, I know you can do this. It's gonna be okay. And it's
I
like,
know. It's like
oh,
it's
it's
so
so
good.
good.
So
It
good.
is, and what a surprise it was. I mean, to come out in
Totally.
July.
Right. Because it was
I mean, that was an
Christmas.
incredible to have Rescuing Christmas and to have Take Me Back for Christmas both in as like I just think what an incredible 2023.
Totally.
It was
It was
the best. It was a
the
great
best.
year for
Let's go
Hallmark.
back to that time.
Yeah, I know. But what's your do you have one more or?
I have one more. I have Crashing Through the Snow. This
Mm-hmm.
one's with Warren Christie and Amy Acker.
Yeah,
And
that would be pretty high for me as well.
yeah, I just think it's like it's fun because, sure, she's divorced, who cares? She's, but she's, finding a chance at love again with Warren Christie, and these kids get into shenanigans, you
Yeah.
know, and they're on vacation, and the stepmom, like, because her ex-husband's getting engaged again, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of swoony scenes and
Right.
even in a hot tub, stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I remember that popped up. I was like,
I mean,
whoa.
that was another Christmas in July.
Yes, this was another Christmas in July. Like,
Mhm.
they uh,
But
yeah,
that was a very, very good one.
that's a
I
good
liked
one.
it a lot. And a lot of
Yeah,
times those family chaos ones I don't like.
yeah.
But
But it's
that one
fun
was a
too
good one.
because, yeah, the stepmom isn't like mustache twirling.
Yeah.
She's trying to make this family work. She's trying to like be inclusive and like be all, and it's just
Hmm. Yeah.
sometimes that's funner to watch than everybody bickering at each other at
Yeah.
times,
Yeah.
like, oh, sometimes I like to see people fight, but not in my holiday movies.
But I think if we made a list, because we had a lot of repeats, so if
Yeah,
we made but we each had these six swap outs, so that would be 12, and then of our favorites were very similar, and
very
then we
similar.
added a few more. I think our combined 25 list with our favorites from their list with our six swap outs each, and then a few more that we'd add. I think our 25
Yeah.
list would be way better
Way
than
better because there are some things, and it didn't make my list, but like it's crazy that Nine Lives of Christmas aren't
yeah,
isn't in this list. Like
it is crazy.
it's crazy that isn't, because that is like beloved.
Hmm.
And it's even beloved with non-Hallmark fans.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's questionable omissions here, and it's just
Yes.
like,
Well, we'll put a link down to the Variety article. Y'all should take a look and and let us know what you think, what you would swap out, and what are your favorites that it includes. We'd love to hear in the comments. What do you think of our picks? We would love to hear that. And yeah, it's always so much fun. And Terry, where can people follow you?
I'm at Twitter at Flurry Heaven,
Great.
spouting
And
nonsense.
And if you check out the Holster rankings, I think is what I have it called, the rankings playlist, and I'll put a link down to that in the description. You can find tons of our rankings together that we've done. We've done classic Christmas, we've done secret Christmas movies, we've done, I mean, just tons over the
Stuff I
years.
can't remember.
We've ranked like the IMDb top 25. We've done just a lot of different rankings. It's so fun. So you should check that out. And definitely and make sure that you're following me at Rachel's Reviews all over social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes, and KSL Movie Show on Fridays. And you can listen to, if you can't listen live, then you can listen to, they have a podcast version, and I would really love if people check that out. That would make me very happy. And you can follow Hallmarkies Pod and Hallmarkies Podcast all over social media. And if you were listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. That helps us so much. And if you are listening on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. That helps us a lot. And we're almost at 10K subscribers, and I would love to get to that by the end of the year. So please, please, please like and subscribe. And we have our Patreon group where we have done watch-alongs for a lot of these movies, and certainly a lot of the people involved in the movies. And so it's a ton of fun to be a patron, and I try to make it very worth your while. And like I said, you can listen to those ad-free versions of the podcasts. So check that out. And we have our merch store where we have lots of holiday-inspired designs, Hallmark-inspired designs, and everything for your rom-com movie-loving friend in your life. So check that out. And thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Merry Christmas.
Bye.